In this video, I am going to show you the settings that I use on my Nikon for doing slow shutter waterfall photography. Today I am in Minden, Ontario at the Horseshoe Rapids. I think it's called the Horseshoe Rapids, where they do the kayaking. It's a world-class kayaking area, but I've got the tripod set up here with my Nikon, and I'm doing some slow shutter photography. I got the ND64 on, and there's just some really nice ice formations, and I'm hoping these turn out really well. The sun is fully out now. It's amazing. This morning there was clouds, but there's no clouds in the sky at all, but the sun is hiding behind the cedar bush over here, and it's like a filtered sunlight, but it's really cool. I think it'll look really nice in the photos. There's the last shot that I took. It says the sky's blown out a little bit, but oops. It says the sky's blown out a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. And here's my settings. It says f3, but that's not correct because I'm using a manual lens, a vintage manual 28mm lens, which works just perfectly fine in situations like this. It's sharp as you need it. 10 seconds is my shutter speed, and ISO 100. I am using a cable release. That just makes things easier. And this cable release, it's a Neewer off of Amazon for $29.95. And all it is a cable release. I don't even have the batteries in it anymore. You don't need the batteries for just the cable release. If you want the timer, if you want to use the timer, yeah, you need the batteries. Trying to set up for a new composition now. Problem is the dogs have broken all the ice and stepped all over the snow and made tracks in it. Oh well. I'll try to get that tree out of there, but basically I want this ice in front of me. Right there in the foreground, that's what I'm going to try to get in the composition. And of course, I'm shooting at 10 seconds, so the water will be blurred. Should be pretty cool. The only thing, I'm kind of worried about the background being blown out now because of the sunlight. I almost need the clouds to come back. Too bright. It's not too bright down here, but the sky is. So here I'm at the same settings. Again, ignore that f3. It's f11 because I'm using a manual lens with a manual f-stop. So f11, a tenth of a second. No, that's 10 seconds, sorry, 10 seconds and ISO 100. And as you can see, I'm blowing out the sky a bit. So I think I'm gonna try and do a double exposure and blend them. After viewing the photos in Lightroom, it was quickly apparent that only one exposure was needed. I might put the 70 to 200 on and see what kind of shots I can get with that. Maybe zoom in over here with the sun coming down. That might look pretty cool. So this shot's a little bit darker, so I've slowed the shutter speed down to 3 seconds. But you can pretty much guarantee I'm going to keep the f11 in the ISO 100. That's pretty much a given for this kind of shot, unless it's really, really, really dark, and then I have to up the ISO. But the highlights are blown out just a little bit, but I think I can fix that in Lightroom. All right, now I'm at 5 seconds. And this is 100 millimeters. Nice. Sometimes it's better to use a 70 to 200 than it is to use a wide angle lens. And this is one of these situations where I can zoom into that chunk of ice, and I can, at 100 millimeters, and that's the end result. So this is the shot I've got lined up. Hopefully it looks just as good on the computer as it does here. But you can see I'm at 1.3 of a second. F11. That f-stop is correct. ISO 100. And that's what it looks like. I blew the highlights out a hair, but I think I can reduce them in Lightroom.